Alright, what's up gamers? It's your boy, XXKip, Minecraft Gamer XX214, back at it again with another video. And by back at it again, I mean this is the first video, and by first video, I mean last video, because this audio is going to make me sound like a 4th grader. So, that's nice. Anyhow, my keyboard broke the other day, so I couldn't really do this analysis post that I wanted to. But then I thought to myself, why not? We're just gonna spice it up a bit, you know. We're doing this. This is a video, in case you couldn't tell. So that's nice. I have some thoughts. Okay, shut up. Okay. I have some things that I want to just ramble about, and it's easier to talk than to be coherent. Well, I can't be coherent. Let's just jump into it, you know? Okay. This isn't a reaction or anything. I've already seen this, obviously. So we're just gonna pause right here so we can look at our first piece of thing. So obviously we're in Hyrule Field. Zelda has her army. She's about to go fight the Calamity. I'm pretty sure this shape right here, that is the central tower. So considering that Zelda has a Hyrulean army and then castles in the distance, I'm gonna say they're right here by the Hyrule Garrison ruins, because that's again where central tower is, and then they're facing the castle. So that's where that takes place. Moving on. The interesting thing to note here is that this is the first trailer that doesn't open with the Sheikah Slate filter, other than the very, very first announcement of Age of Calamity. But there usually is this filter right here, where they have the Sheikah Slate lines and the runes at the top that translate to Sheikah Slate. And because that's what my original theory was based on, where these events were all remembering things that were recorded on Eggbot or something. But this isn't the case here. Obviously, this more opens one of the memories in Breath of the Wild, or just a regular cutscene. It's a bit darker than the Breath of the Wild filter. But I don't know. I guess it's special because it's the launch trailer. So I guess that's why the filter isn't there too. Give me that. Anyway, things are going to hell. Things are dying. We saw that in the demo. Although narration too. Got Claymore. Okay, go back. Okay, so we got our boy Koga right here. So Koga, obviously I can't tell where he is. Can you pause? But two things I'll say is, one, this rock right here, I'm going to say that this isn't the Gerudo Desert or the Gerudo Valley area, because it doesn't seem like the same color. And judging from the sky, I might place it as the location where Backfoot Benny was first seen. So this overcast sky with pale blue, and the fact that it's maybe in Hyrule Fields or something, given that rock. So perhaps this is, Koga hanging out with his boyfriend here as they set City Aflame, give me that. That's where I'm placing that based on the sky alone. Obviously, I can't do a whole lot with that. This one here with Impa and Zelda, I thought this was Korok Forest, but honestly, I think this is more likely Lanayru Promenade for this cutscene here. One, because the grass is kind of similar, and also Zelda's in her ceremonial dress. And then in addition to that, this shadow of the trees, it's kind of similar to these trees back there. So, maybe it's that. But then again, Impa is here. So, and Impa's not in any of the Breath of the Wild memories. Or maybe she was there the whole time, and then she just wasn't in the memories, and then Link, I don't know, who knows? Or maybe this is an entirely new timeline anyway, so I can't really compare anything to Breath of the Wild thanks to Egg Bastard ruining consistency. So honestly, it could just it could just be the linear route promenade and input was just shoved in there. So
no sign of my power awakening.
It's in the demo. This I don't think I have the screenshot. This is obviously Pura, and this is Central Tower. I think this is connected to there was a screenshot or in the first trailer with Pura where she was showing off Central Tower to Urbosa in Zelda, so I think that's where this screenshot stems from. As for why they're here, I don't know. Maybe she's just explaining some stuff.
With the night.
This pillar right there, that is the gazebo thingy in Hyrule Castle. You couldn't tell from Zelda's princessy dress and the rocks in the background.
Who seals the darkness.
And obviously you can compare it to that for the gazebo here. And obviously we got my boy Rivali right there. Oh crap. We got my boy Rivali back there. And following that,
the 4 champions.
This is Korok. I was gonna say Korok. This is Korok Forest. One because Master Sword and leaves, and then obviously, if you couldn't tell, the rock right here for the Triforce piece thingy is the exact same as that one. That's right there. So there's that. So the blade is glowing blue. I'm going to assume it's because he pulled it out of the pedestal because like he's on the pedestal. But as for if this is like the very first time that he's pulled it out, I'm actually not sure about that because the Creating a Champion book does say that he pulled out the sword when he was 11 or 12. And then I'm assuming that he put it back, trained in like the royal army, and then only pulled out the sword again when the Calamity was a more imminent threat. So that's why he's like pulling it out again. Or then again, Egg Bastard has ruined the timeline, so now I don't know what's consistent anymore. So, maybe this is the very first time he's pulling it out. I don't know, because I can't compare anything to Breath of the Wild. Why even bother, Kip?
And you, of course.
Okay. Daruk, hello. So this is the exact same cutscene that Backflip Benny was introduced in. Where is my thing? So it's the same formation. He's here by the chimney. You can see the gatepost over there. And then you can compare that here. They're standing like the people there. You got your gatepost. And in addition, you can also see I want to say that's like the garrison ruins or the garrison, but it's what's important is that it's like the Hylian architecture place, blah blah blah. Then you also have that flag post that's right there. Excuse my poor handwriting right now. So from that, considering there's like a gatepost and these roofs are of like towns and not like purely military. So I would say this is somewhere by either Gatepost Town ruins or the Outpost ruins. I'd say more likely Gatepost Town ruins because there's a gatepost and then it's a town. But it could also work for the Outpost ruins because it does have the same like flags right there that are seen. And as for why they're there, I kind of touched upon that in like this post here. But this is directly in front of the entrance to the Great Plateau. It's this pond right here. But it was a staircase 100 years ago. So I don't know, maybe the Yiga clan is trying to come into this sacred place for time travel? I don't know. The Temple of Time is there. That's really the only thing of value, other than the Shrine of Resurrection, obviously. So it could be one of the two. Or maybe they just want to like burn stuff. Like, I don't blame them. Anyhow, we got our boy Rivali here.
Positive.
That I accidentally closed. Go back. So, two things. You kind of saw it already when I paused it really quickly. Boop.
Positive.
There we go. So, he was coming down from Vaughn Meadow, but that wasn't over Rito Village, because you could see from the rocks back here that this is by the Elden flank. Or not the Elden flank, but a flank of Elden, which is like this cutscene.
I've said enough. The time has come to show you what I'm made of.
This totally wasn't just an excuse for me to like listen to Revolve some more. Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyhow, so that's maybe where that cutscene leads from. And we're just gonna, yeah. Okay, Rudania, Guardians, blue, 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 Sidon. Okay, two things about Sidon. So I think that scene, I think there was another screenshot where it had like his name on the bottom with that little character introduction thing. Like, you know how there's, it's their name and then a little caption like eccentric genius or whatever. So I think this is his first character introduction in chapter 2. And another thing about it is this is the same lighting as the stuff seen in the screenshot that is in one of these this one. In this screenshot here for the Lionel, we got our boy Sidon just he's hanging out for some reason. What are you doing? So I'm going to assume that this is going to be some sort of this is going to be like the introductory mission with Mipha where you go recruit her in chapter 2. So she's like, yeah, I'll become a champion, but oh no, Sidon's missing because he went to fight the Lionel, and then you have to like travel through Zora's domain to like find him and stuff. And then that's why she like hugs him later. So I think that's what this is from. And then King Dorfran, I don't know. He is here. And he is queer. No, I mean, no, he's, well, can't prove, anyway. He has a scar. So, interesting anecdote about that. In Breath of the Wild, you can find, the tails, scattered throughout, like, Zora's domain. You know, those, pillars and stuff? Or, not pillars, the rocks with the stories. One of those anecdotes is that he got this scar from chucking a guardian off a cliff with his bare hands. Now that was like during like his prime, so that was even further than 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago if we're thinking about like Zora aging and that kind of thing. So he chucked a rogue guardian that was like attacking people off a cliff with his bare hands. I think you can even find that guardian in this waterfall. Like this waterfall right here. But I think of note that the thing that interested me back then when I first heard about it is that there was like a rogue guardian before the Calamity even turned the Sheikah technology against everyone. So you would think like, why would there be like an evil guardian back then? But we now know from the demo that the guardians can be corrupted, at least in this Age of Calamity timeline. The Guardians can be corrupted by malice even before the Calamity is fully awakened. We said that on the Breach of Demise cutscene in the demo where the Guardian gets infected by malice and attacks like Zelda and co. So maybe this suggests if he has this scar and he got that from fighting a rogue Guardian, that suggests that he fought a malice Guardian way before Zelda and Co even like became the champions. So that suggests that Mystery Clown, the dude, in case you don't know who I'm talking about and never heard me refer to Mystery Clown before, this dude with his little Astro Lab thingy has been active for some time, because I theorized before that his device is what allows him to infect technology with malice. So if there were rogue guardians long before like 100 years ago, then that means this guy is either pretty old or has been active for a long time. So there's that. That's a theory.
Must promise.
Also, his voice acting is kind of honestly.
I know.
We got some motherly daughter
You are
content
where you
right
need
here.
to be.
Go!
Okay, King Rome, not Dorfin. Rome is here. He's fighting with the Royal Guard. I think there's probably a claymore in his right hand. I really can't really tell because the Guardian's here. This is obviously like the day of the Calamity's awakening because it's the sunset and that kind of thing. Zelda's running away. So maybe Rome is playable. I think he is. We saw this in the demo. It's kind of new. This is also in the demo. Okay. So that is actually, we saw this screenshot with some other stuff in like old like Japanese articles and that kind of thing, but this is the first time I've actually seen it like animated and moving. So back then I said I thought this was like the first time where he receives this Astro ancient core device, but like from like the movement it kind of looks more like he's releasing it, so maybe it's not the first time he's actually getting it. Maybe he's releasing it to like let it absorb energy or like release Ganon or like do some big bad guy monstery thingy. So I'm not really sure. This is I'm still pretty sure this is Hyrule Castle based on like the wooden accents on the stone tile floor. But then again, this someone pointed it out in like the replies to one of my things. This kind of looks like that maybe the Eye of the Yiga. If you squint, like you could do a bit of that and then that, or then the I can draw, that kind of thing. So maybe it's the Yiga hideout. And then one more thing, I know I just said that I think he's releasing it to like for like the final Calamity thing, but his hair is still a dark color here, and we know that we saw that it does turn like a whitish blonde eventually, and I think the whitish blonde is going to be an aftermath rather than his hair beforehand. So maybe this is actually him receiving it. We don't really know yet until we play it. Well, you guys probably know since this is probably out by the time Age of Calamity's out. Anyway, this is new. And then my boy's there getting struck by... Okay, so this is obviously again the day of Calamity's awakening. Skywatchers have been converted. Rivali's probably not gonna die here because the only way he can die is by Windblight. So he's gonna be fine. He'll be fine. But as for him actually dying, or for any of the champions actually dying, I'm not sure because, okay, I think, one, this is, again, it's a new timeline. I can't really compare it completely to Breath of the Wild, so, because, like, these are new events with anything can happen. So I honestly think the only reason why Nintendo would make things so different would be to, like, make it an everyone lives AU kind of thing. And another thing of note is that these blights are very different than the ones in Breath of the Wild, which is again new timeline, that kind of thing. So one, you have Thunder Blight. He is green. Obviously, the blade is green and the shield is green. I don't know why I'm doing arrows. You guys can see. You have eyes, obviously. Bloop bloop bloop. Even in Breath of the Wild, when Thunderblight is electrified, his blade and shield still stay that blue color, and it never glows that green energy electric color. So I'd either say either one, they're like more powerful 100 years ago and maybe they weakened to this state, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe this is the more, well, no, it's not the other way around, because they're very clearly more powerful here, as you'll see with Water Blight. He does new moves like chucking that ice spike at us, and again, it does look different than his sky. Another thing is that their color is different, not just like the energy around them, but like this is an almost like neutral pale color, and then their eye is not like the Sheikah blue, so maybe they can't like shoot lasers out of it. Because when you compare it with these guys, the eye is that Guardian blue and they have that Sheikah orange color. So something happened between here and here. Maybe they like absorbed the champion's powers, or like they're like fusing with the divine, I don't know, something. But they are clearly more powerful here than they are 100 years later. And then obviously the most prominent thing, oh crap, stop doing that. Stop. Obviously the most prominent way we can see the difference is that like Fireblight's hair is like gold, almost like an electric color, and then it's supposed to be red and fiery and not like that. Anyhow, Daruk's getting murked, so that's nice. So the champions still clearly are still gonna struggle with the blights. Are they gonna die? Again, I honestly don't think so. Here is Mifa. She's not in her divine beast. You can see like the ocean horizon in the background. Link, okay, I have to look this down. Link broke his soldier sword, so maybe he's gonna pull out the master sword there. I don't know. Or actually, no, he's not because his clothing's different. Anyway, I have to slow this down because stuff goes fast here. Okay, so Guardian at Hyrule Castle, Zelda start. Boop. Okay, nope. Okay, so this isn't Zelda like shaking her dad's hand like some people have said. She actually very clearly has something in her hand. What could it be? Oh, perhaps it be this bad boy right here. So this is something that we saw in the very first trailer of the game and also in the demo when Zelda walks away from the sanctum and heads towards the Royal Tech Lab with Impa and Link. So it's this weird circular, I'm assuming Sheikah device. It has like 4 little like node thingies. So it's like where's it's like blip. This is like the general shape that I've seen it in throughout the trailers. So as for what it is, I still have no idea. Excuse my bad drawing skills again. It's something important because this is filtered in like a flashback kind of thing. And as for its purpose, I'll get into that later because there was a thing over here. But she's either handing it to her father or like he's inspecting it, and she's with Eggbot, so who knows. This is something we saw in the demo. That was, I'm not going back to that. That was just them walking. I think it was by, okay, fine, I'll go back. No. Can we not? Okay, you know what? No, we're just getting past that. This is a link by, I can speak. Castle Town Ruins. You can just, I mean, at this point, I don't know, you can just like look at the bricks and tell, but just for reference purposes, here's all that. This is the bricks, and then it's yeah, that's not, but it's just take my word for it. And it's thundering in the background. Blah blah blah. Zelda's in her dress. I'll put that back. Hyrule Warriors, and then you can hear the Malice in the background, and we cut to the Calamity, and then...
Now!
Okay, to the castle. It's the day of Calamity. She's got the army behind her, and... what is that? What's that over there? And what's these thingies? Oh, it's a divine beast? Question mark? I think it's Nabor's, because it kind of looks like their leg, but it could also be like Rudania's trunk. But the thing of note here is that this is the Day of Calamity, presumed already after the Divine Beasts have been converted and the Guardians have been infected, but it's still glowing blue. So this machine, whether it's a Divine Beast or like maybe something from the Great Plateau or the castle, it's just this giant piece of Sheikah technology, is one of 2 things that we know aren't converted by the Calamity. The other one being Eggbot, because we saw in the very first part, I forgot to mention that Eggbot was there. I'm pretty sure he was there, right? Yeah, he was there. So something exists that prevented the Calamity from corrupting this object, whatever it is. I think it might have something to do with this mysterious device that Zelda got. Maybe it's like a vaccine or something, or like some sort of like immunity thing against Malice, because we can't say for sure, because I think Malice can only infect things because of this Sheikah like device that this guy has in the first place. So maybe it takes a Sheikah device to beat a Sheikah device like that. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then obviously we get to play as a girl Zelda with her powers. I am... Anyhow, if nostalgia hasn't turned you on then, let me just play that for you again. So this was Zelda's Lullaby, those last audio notes from Ocarina of Time. So I'm assuming it's in reference to Ocarina of Time because there's already been confirmed time travel in the game, and then Ocarina of Time is time travel, and then it's like going back and seeing things. Also of note is like in Ocarina of Time, I believe. I mean, I'm just going off like what I've seen of the game. You meet recurring characters like as they like age. So obviously you have like Child Zelda, and then later on like Sheik. So maybe that similar theme will be seen here. I know from the data mine, we already know that the new gen champions are going to be in this game. So maybe there will be time travel like in Ocarina of Time, where like the new gen champs meet the original champions, and then they fight stuff. And then I've been trying to avoid the leaks, the major cutscene leaks myself, but I think that audio bit is probably giving us a hint there for what's to come. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you needed an analysis of this says Nintendo, and it's in reference to the card company from 1876, obviously. So that's nice. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Oh my god, it's been 26 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna end this. Insert creative YouTube outro here. What is it? Slap that like button that isn't here because this is Tumblr. And subscribe. Ooh, thank